Clap it up for Zoltan, you guys. Clap it up for Zoltan.
Hey, thank you. Yep. Woo! You can turn off that hip hop. All right. They picked that for me. They're like, Zoltan's coming up. We better put on some jams, you know? 'Cause that's who I am. All right, or not. Everyone got quiet. This is good. This feels very weird. This feels like I'm doing a show for spirits. I just see candles. I hear laughter, but I don't see any faces. This sounds like a nightmare that I've had once. This whole year has been. I mean, I'm doing a show at the park. I mean, if someone would have came up to me in January and they said in 9 months you're gonna do a show at the park, I'd be like, why? What happened? Like, what? Did I get Me Too'd? What the hell happened? Why am I no longer allowed indoors? And they're like, oh no, don't worry, it's gonna be the end of the world. Definitely feels like it, man. There's protests, there's riots, there's violence, there's viruses, there's hurricanes. God is trying to ruin his Sim City. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else is like this. This made me feel old. I don't like that we did this at the bottom of the hill. This is such an awful walk back to my car. Like, my back's hurting just from standing there because I'm at a tilt. I'm at an age now where I gotta be on, level it out, you know? Or don't invite me. If your stuff's on a slant, I'm not going. This is how I have to stand while I'm over there trying to do my draft. That's what I got here. I'm doing my fantasy football draft. It's late round, so when it comes up, we're gonna do a consensus pick. 'Cause I don't know who these guys are. Just watching fake sports with no audience. That's fun, isn't it? Anyone doing that? Watching the fake sports with no crowd? Yeah, I just feel like I was watching basketball. It felt like I was on the sidelines at the Y, just waiting to get tapped into a pickup game. It's like, oh, they're gonna get me soon. Harden's fat. He can't play the whole game. Yeah, you gotta know sports to get that one. It's been horrible. Yeah, I haven't been into it. I didn't like it, and I still don't. The only thing I've been doing is just buying stuff on Amazon. When a new package drops off at my doorstep, I'm happy for 10 seconds. That's it. I'm sad all day, and then they drop something off, and I'm like, something, something, something. And I'm buying stuff I don't need. Like, I bought a French press. That's what I bought during the pandemic. I bought a French press. And I only bought it because, like, I needed making coffee to take up more of my day. I used to have a Keurig, and Keurig was for the life we used to have when I was on the go. I had flights to catch, and I needed just to drop in a thing and go. I gotta go. There's an Uber waiting. I need the coffee. But now I'm like, I Googled what's the longest way to make coffee. And there was a picture of this archaic machine called the French press. And I'm like, sold, give me that. And that's perfect. I gotta boil water now. I had to buy a kettle. I didn't have a kettle. Who has a kettle? This isn't England. I don't have a queen. I had to buy a kettle, then I gotta boil water, and then I put the dirt in the cup. And then I just, it takes like 20 minutes to make coffee. And that's great. And then I only have 23 hours and a half left to cry until the next day that I need coffee. I also bought a projector. That was the other dumb purchase I made. I bought a projector only because I had taken a little edible and I was watching TV in my living room, and I was like, yeah, but what if I want to watch TV on that wall? Or on that wall? Or the ceiling? I need a projector. And then I got one. Still haven't plugged it in, but it's there. I've been focusing on things that didn't matter. Like, I got an ad on Instagram that told me I was slouching too much, which they're watching me too strong to notice that. Like, it's one thing to hear my voice and go, I want a couch, and then you flood me with couch ads. But to know that I'm slouching, that's terrifying. And I do slouch. I didn't notice till they set the ad, and I'm like, oh, I looked in the mirror, and there I was, just doing this. And I'm like, how do they know? Damn it. And they were selling some dumb rubber bands that you tie around your shoulders so you can walk around like someone you hate, you know? You know, I didn't buy the rubber bands, but I tried to not just slouch, I was like trying to be conscious of it. I'm like, shoulders back, tits up, trying to be good. And you know what I found out? This hurts. Like, this hurts my back. Not slouching hurts right in the middle of my spine. You know what feels good? Right there. That feels amazing. I've never complained. Right here? Ugh. You know what I figured out? The dude in the middle of the evolutionary chart, that guy had it dead on. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about the guy all the way off to the left walking on all fours, but that guy in the middle, that's a good guy. The guy at the end just walking upright, that guy will have sex with your girlfriend and not even think twice about it. He works at a CrossFit gym and he doesn't care about you. It's Trevor's time to shine, always. That's not a good guy. That guy in the middle with the shoulders rolled forward, that's a good guy, all right? He'll never one-up your stories, he'll always listen. He'll pick you up at the airport. That's a solid individual. So if you slouch, don't feel bad about it. It just means you're a good human. And if you have a straight back, well, congrats on all the sexing you're having. Because that's solid work right there. It's been weird. I haven't enjoyed any of this. I like the people that are like, I like it. This has been, no you don't. Shut up. Stop faking it. Just be honest. It sucks. It sucks, but it's not good enough to complain about later, Like, I know when I'm a grandparent, one of my grandkids are gonna ask me, like, hey, what was the pandemic like? And I'm like, it was we couldn't go outside sometimes, and then we had to wear a mask, and that's how I found out I was deaf. I didn't know I had been reading lips for 33 years of my life until I was forced to wear a mask at a grocery store, and I was yelling through it because I couldn't see the lips of the cashier. I accidentally donated to some kids in a country I've never heard of, and I was trying to say no, but she didn't hear that, and I didn't hear her say her piece. It's been bad, Fought with your grandmother. Why? Because she was just around a lot. She had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to go, and I'm like, well, we're here. Let's do it. That's what it was. What was the worst part? I downloaded TikTok. That was probably the worst part. Trying to make a video. Damn, those kids are creative. I got nothing. I have so many discarded videos of my TikTok app where I go, this is stupid. So many of those. Maybe that would be a hashtag one day. Look at this person coming in with a whole light. All right. I love it. Did people always hang out at the park like this? I don't think so, right? This has brought parks back. Like, somewhere there's just like a park ranger so happy right now. They're like, I knew the parks would come back around. This is why I went to 8 years of community college. This badge is real. I wish Mom was alive to see me now. Parks are back, baby. Once things open up, we'll never come outside again. We'll be so happy, like, come back indoors. And it's gonna shut down. I know we kind of opened up again, but we already know. They already did it. They opened up. Why? Because we yelled. Remember the first time? They're like, we were just like, we want haircuts. And they're like, all right, go try. And then we went, and then the number spiked up, and they're like, see, you can't. And I'm like, damn it. No one knows what to do. The reopening phase is like dealing with like a significant other you got into an argument with. That's how we've been dealing with the reopening phase. When you get in an argument with a significant other, you like go in separate rooms for a couple hours. Then after a couple hours, you come up to the door and you're like, is this okay? And then you walk in slowly and sit down next to her. Is this okay? And then you go to touch her. She's like, don't touch me. You're like, all right, that was where the line was. And I found it. I'm such an idiot, man. I was so optimistic, and that's the worst thing you can be in today's world is optimistic. You will get disappointed every day. Don't wipe the tears away. Keep them running. You're going to need them. Because something else is coming. Just wait. I know it's a horrible thing to say, but that's what I learned. I actually thought this pandemic was going to bring us all together. Because there's a famous quote that says, to bring people together, you need to have a common enemy. And then the virus came around. I'm like, perfect, there's a virus. And then we were together for like 3 days. Remember that? We had like 3 sweet days in March when we were all on the same page. Remember that? All those, like, everyone's like, we're in this together. And celebrities had their phones like, we're in this together. And we're like, yeah, you're in a mansion, but okay. Yeah. We're in this together. We were together for like 3 days, and then the 4th day, someone's like, that virus is a Democrat, and it was over. So we actually made the virus political. We're so awful. And that scares me, because that means we're never going to band together. Like, if the aliens ever do attack, we're not going to band together to fight the aliens. We're just going to be like, oh, let's see how they vote in November. You guys might be on the right side. Figure it out. The world's changed so much just in my lifetime, 33, which to some of you is a million. Okay, maybe not. Maybe there are more people closer to my age. Okay, one guy. Everyone else is pretending to be an actor in Hollywood. Don't let your age out. We can tell. Man, so much has changed in just my life. Like now we have, there's more genders now. We have extra genders, which is cool. I'm a fan of that, by the way, just in case anyone's trying to end my career. I'm a fan of the extra genders. Big fan. Love the extra genders. But I grew up in a time when there was only 2 genders, and now there's more, and I'm all for them. Hell yeah. Support all the extra genders. But there's some people that are against the extra genders, and even though I don't agree with them, I see where they're coming from. Because I went to 12 years of public school, and I was taught that Pluto was a planet. And then a year after I graduated, they're like, Pluto's no longer a planet. And I'm like, too late. You spent 12 years telling me it was. That's a planet forever. And then a few years after that, they came out on the news and like, hey, Pluto's a planet again. And I'm like, that's what I thought. I knew you'd come back around. So I feel like that's what those dudes that are against the extra genders are like, it's coming back around, you just wait. I don't think it is, but you can be mad about something that doesn't matter. I think the problem is I'm a straight man. That's what I am. They call that a cis male. And yeah, it sounds gross, doesn't it? That's my only issue with the extra genders is we got a gross name. Everyone else has a cool name. Because everyone else is like just transgendered. Like, oh, you're a superhero? That sounds amazing. I'm pansexual. What? You're a master of the culinary arts? That sounds great. I'm non-binary. You're not even from this planet? Wow! And you're like, what am I? I'm a cis male. Like, ugh, how long do you have to live? Well, I'm white, so about 6 more months, and then they're gonna off us all. Oh boy, it's fun. I don't know if you guys are on the internet reading the comments, but yeah, this virus needs to be a whole lot stronger. Does anyone else get that feeling? Like, I want to go back to my boxing class as much as everybody else, but I'm reading those comments and I'm like, you need to up that. Like, we should stop being mad at people that don't want to wear masks, but we should make them, like, lick a handrail. Like, that's cool. You don't have to wear that. Give me your face right here. All right, we just need to speed this up. Look at that. Moon is beautiful. Look at that. Ah, it's gorgeous. Before this, I never saw the moon. I never said those words in my entire life. What I just said right there? Never once have I just been, when things were normal and I was allowed to get a burrito at 1 a.m., I never just turned and went, wow, the moon is gorgeous today. But when you take everything away, I'm like, man, that thing's beautiful. Look at all those craters. Can you believe it? We went up there. Can you believe that? We went all the way up there. What a stupid thing to do. We went up there in the 60s. What magic have we grown to learn from going on the moon? Nothing. Just every other person's uncle going, we never landed on it. That's all we got out of it. Nothing serious. But it's been good. The best part of this pandemic for me is I got to do it with a girlfriend. If someone's doing this single, I don't know how you're doing it. You must be making a lot of tie-dye t-shirts. I don't know how you're pulling it off. How much banana bread are you baking to get through this single? My girlfriend and I, we've been seeing each other since last October. I don't know how many months that is, but we're coming up on a year. And it's good. It's good. We still like each other. We now know each other, And if you would have talked to me in like the first couple months, I would have been like, We like each other, but we don't really know each other yet. Because, no one's honest in the beginning. Everyone's just showing their best parts in the beginning. No one has road rage in the first 2 months of dating somebody. You ever have that? You're dating someone new and you're in the car, someone cuts you off, and you're like, whoa, wow, all right. I guess that's how some people drive. I see it. You want to follow him? I'm going to follow him. No one's their true self in the beginning. It slowly starts to come out. The first month or so of a relationship is like watching like a movie trailer, You can watch a movie trailer to any movie, and you're like, this movie looks awesome. We got to see this movie. Then a few months later, you watch the actual movie, and you're like, oh, they left some parts out. Some key points that were not mentioned. It's nice. I like it. When we first started dating, the only thing I didn't like about her is she called me an alcoholic, which I didn't appreciate. First time she said it, I thought she was joking. Quite honestly, she was like, "You're an alcoholic," and I'm like, I thought she was just saying I was a good time, Like, you're an alcoholic, and I'm like, But then she kept saying it. She's like, "You're an alcoholic," and I'm like, "All right, yeah." And she's like, "You're an alcoholic." I'm like, "All right, this isn't funny anymore." And she's like, "Oh, I was never joking," and I was like, "Why would you call me an alcoholic?" And this was months ago. This was last year. And she's like, well, I was like, "Why would you call me an alcoholic?" And she's like, "Let me ask you, how often do you drink?" And I go, "Every night." And she goes, "See?" And I'm like, "See what? I drink every night because I do this every night. I used to do it indoors, This is part of the job. This is what I do." So I'm like, "Well, let's ask Google." So I pulled out Google, I put in "am I?" and Google was like, "an alcoholic?" And I was like, all right, we're off to a rough start. It's not a good start. But I did find something on Google that said, as a grown man, you're allowed to have 14 drinks per week, so 2 drinks per night, and not be considered an alcoholic. So some weeks, she was right. She should focus on the weeks she was wrong. Because I drank every night because I did this every night. I would do a show every night. I would do a show I'd do a show on Thursday, and then I'd drink because it's Thursday, and then I'd do a show on Friday. And it's Friday, I'm gonna drink, and then Saturday, and then Monday I would do a show at a brewery. That's where they make it. I was walking in, they're like, "Would you like a fresh one right off the teat?" I'm like, "Hell yes!" Let's get it going. I don't know, I drank every night because I did this every night. During the pandemic, my alcohol intake has actually gone way down. Weed intake through the roof, but the alcohol intake kind of low, except for when I lay in my baby pool. I forgot to mention that I live in a studio apartment and I have a baby pool. Yep. And I sit in that sometimes and sip White Claws. And my neighbors peek out their window and they're like, "Oh, we didn't know the apocalypse was going to look like that. We thought there would be more hellfire, not just a 30-something-year-old man naked sipping a White Claw." But you know what? It's Tuesday. We're getting it. I want to leave you guys with something positive. Because I said some negative stuff out here, and because it's the truth. But I want to leave you guys with something positive. We're gonna get through this, and it's not even gonna be a good story, like I told you. It's not even gonna be a good story. But we are gonna get through this because people are resilient, like naturally. Human beings bounce back naturally all the time. And the best story I can tell you to represent that is, I don't know if you remember, but a couple years ago there was a Southwest flight where a window blew out and a lady got sucked out of the window and she died. I know, right now you're thinking, how are you gonna make that positive? Well, you have to remember, there was 100 other people on that plane, still went on vacation after that. They bounced back immediately, and so will we. Good night, everybody. He has so much energy, Trump has like the energy of like a divorced guy. You ever hang out with a guy who's like newly divorced? He's like, "Buddy, I'm living my life. I'm going on a trip. I just signed up for jujitsu. I'm on it." Like, it's like, dude, calm down. Like, enjoy. Sit with your feelings a little. "No, I'm gonna destroy the Department of Education. I'm kicking everybody out of my house. It's my house. We're cutting these kids off." He just has the energy of a divorced guy. And so it's interesting to watch, man. It is. It's interesting to watch. Like that whole thing with Zelensky where they yelled at him. That was... My wife and I watched that together, and I was like, this is what happens when you don't have a TV in the living room. Like, that's what... Like, they need to put a TV in the Oval Office, and I think... Like, you ever been in a living room without a TV? Someone's, like, family, and then you're like, what are you asking for an argument? Because sure enough, it's going to happen. There's a bunch of people sitting around that don't usually talk to each other. And then you just go, what do you mean by that? But then there's a TV on, and you're like, wow, I love this commercial. Dude, have you seen the Geico? Have you seen it? A nice little commercial that'll break up any kind of steam. We're here, yeah. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming out. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for showing up. Stanford. I didn't know this many people lived here. I'll say that. I didn't know this many people lived in Stanford that they're like, we could fill this room up. Every time I come through Connecticut, I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest. It seems like a secret. Like it's either like a busy city part where you're like, I don't think so. I don't know. And then you go out into then you get out of the towns, and it's just like, well, this is all haunted. Like, what is this? So it's either like haunted or too much, and there's like, is there a medium? There isn't. It's either a farmhouse churning butter, living with the ghosts of your ancestors, or just this. Okay, all right. It's either watch out for this buggy and a horse, or let's valet park. Let's do that. There's no in between in Connecticut. Thank you all for coming out. I love the setup of the stage. I love the gap here. Just like, it's like a splash zone setup. It just feels like whatever's going on, I'm the one that has it. And they're like, just let them be over there. We'll put one table very close. Just one table. Did those tickets cost less? Were they less? Be like, listen, there's two of them. You're going to be real close, but you will be alone. It'll just be you two and everyone else facing you going, why are they sitting so close? It just feels like you guys scooted your chairs up. Like, I don't know, scoot up. Just scoot up. We'll get up close. These people didn't do it. You're so far away. Man. Whoever did the seating in this place took a night off. I like it. They're like, I got an idea. It's very avant-garde. It's like those architects that built buildings, and you're like, how's that standing? There's like one in New York that's like an infamous building. Mike was telling me about it last night, where it was too thin. Like, it's just a straight-up building. And the wind, not good. And they didn't think about that. Like, that guy's still an architect somewhere. Like, that guy just left that job. Now he's designing another disaster somewhere. And so, yeah, that's how it goes. I like how when the laughs end, they really end right there, too. That's a real off-a-cliff drop-off. So we moved back, and we're back to visit. We've been here for a week, and it's been nice. I love it. I had like a homeless guy lunge at me. That was fun. I like it. I missed it. No one does that in San Diego. There's no lunging. You know, just to wake you up. You don't need a coffee after that. On your way to a coffee shop, I'm just like, hey, you know. Well, by the way, that was my response right there. It was yeah. Just a polite, I see you too, buddy. How are you? I realized, like, if that guy hit me, it would have taken so long to respond. Like, some people have, like, quick reflex. I don't have, like, my reflexes are, huh? Like, I think that guy could have hit me 10 times before I realized I was in a fight. You need to be quicker, you know, and I'm just not, I don't do any of that. We did it, we had fun. We went to some brunch spot, I forget the name. All the restaurant names are getting out of control. We went to, like, I think the Farmer's Daughter or something. I kind of miss when restaurants were just the guy's name. Remember that? Like, oh, yeah, come on into DeMilly's. And then the owner was like, I'm DeMilly. And you're like, oh, I get it, because the name. You know, but now it's just like the farmer's daughter, the butcher's apprentice, and Just the maitre d's attorney. Why don't you come over here? The goat's ex-wife, like, come over here and have a, and you're like, I don't even, just call it a restaurant. But yeah, we went to one of those and it was fine. And then we tried to go to the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art, and we're like, I'd like to look at some art. And then you see how many people are there and you're like, I'll just buy a hat. I like it. That's one of the rare museums where the gift shop is by the entrance, where you have the choice of seeing the line of tourists that are going in, or you can just go get a hat and tell people that you went and checked out the MoMA. And that's what we did. I don't like a bunch of people at my art museum. That's for me. You know, I need space. I need to look at the art. I need to feel it. I don't need to see someone's head just creeping in. It's so bizarre. You ever look at a piece of art too long and you kind of get sucked in, and then you zoom out and you're like, oh my God, there's people next to me. Ugh, get away from me. Are we both having the same moment? Yuck. I don't know. Like, I also like to go to museums alone. I go with my wife or by myself. Like, I don't like to go with a group of friends. A lot of groups of friends like to go to museums. And I don't like it because I got nothing to say about the art. You know, I just look at it. That's all I do. But I don't want to talk about it. I don't want anyone to go, oh, what do you think he was feeling when he painted this? It's like, dude, don't turn this into a book report. Let me just enjoy the art. I'm looking at it. I just don't know how to describe my joy. That's all. Let me just enjoy the damn art. Like, last time we went to an art museum with friends, it was my wife's friend and her boyfriend that had to be friends with me. If you've never been, you know how that goes, where like they hit it off and then you guys are like, well, we have to like each other because they like each other. And we all went to an art museum together. We went to the Whitney in New York, and the first painting was ceiling to floor, wall to wall, just a real specimen of a piece. And I was looking at it and I was like, wow. And then the dude walked up to me. He's like, pretty impressive, huh? And I'm like, yeah, it's so big. Like, that's what and then as soon as I heard it, I'm like, did I just call the art big? Is that what I did? And then thankfully it was an art museum, so my voice just echoed through the giant hall. It's so big, big, big. And he's like, big? And I'm like, yeah. So then I had to explain why I called it big, and I was like, wow, you could tell this is the artist's later work, you know? Like, he probably had to sell some smaller ones until he could afford a canvas. I don't know if you know how much canvases are. They're pretty high to... Buddy, have you been to a Michael's? It is... You'll be surprised, you know? You ever go to a Michael's and you're like, I'm going to get into painting, and then you're like, that's fine. I didn't know that's what brushes cost. Good Lord. That's why these artists are starving. I'll tell you what. And so anyway, I'm just talking about the art being big, and he just drifted away from me during the conversation. And my wife showed up. And she's like, "What's wrong, baby?" And I was like, "I just called the art big." And she's like, "It is pretty big." And I'm like, "I love you." Like, thank you for being on my team. That's what you need sometimes. You just need someone that's on your team, you know. That's why, like, I noticed, like, my wife and I are perfect for each other when we went to the Whitney, because there was a piece of art that was made with real reclaimed burnt wood. It was like wood that was in a fire, and it said in a plaque next to the art, like, hey, this was made of real burnt wood. And my wife went up, she read the plaque, and then she's like, that's real burnt wood. And I was like, you're my soulmate, baby. I think we're meant to be. You and I are supposed to know each other, you know. So yeah, we've had a good time. Last night was pretty wild. It's nice to be here in Stanford. Last night we were in Long Island somewhere. I'd never been to Long Island, and it was a very cool club, old-timey club, and it was run by, like, the mob, I think. That's what I like about the East Coast. There's still, like, stuff where, like, I think that guy's in the mob. And even if you politely bring it up, they go, hey, like, it's kind of like... They don't give you a yes or a no. They're just like it was this dude. He was Italian. He was probably in his 50s or something. Slick back, grease back hair. He's wearing a purple suit with a black turtleneck. Oh, and he had a cane and shiny shoes. And he's like, I just had knee surgery. I'm like, that guy got shot in the knee. Is what happened. There's no way that guy had knee surgery. That was from a bullet that he took to the knee. And he paid me in cash, which was insane. Just a dirty envelope of cash. And he's like, it's all there. And I'm like, all right. Like, he was real, but I couldn't tell. It was like what like a Disney movie thought a mobster was in like the 80s. You know, you watch like All Dogs Go to Heaven. I don't remember if there was a mobster in that movie, but if there was, it would have been. Oh, remember Oliver and Company? Remember that one? The mobster from that cartoon paid me cash in an envelope. And I was like, how do I even tell my agent about this? Like, I was just thinking of the taxes. I'm like, well, I got to pay him 10%. Do I just take out some of that? And I go, we're all off the books here, I think is what we're doing. I like that. That doesn't even happen anymore. It's good to get a little piece of danger, you know? That's what I like. That's honestly my favorite part of traveling. I don't want anything to ever happen to me, but I like the fear of it. I like the sense of a little bit of, ooh, you know? Just a little something. Like, I used to work cruise ships, and I used to hate working on them, but every once in a while we'd go through, like, a storm, and I'm like, yeah, dude, take it down. Take it down. But don't, but maybe. You know, like, but just that in between. Yeah, it was good. Like, that's the feeling. Remember the asteroid that was going to hit? That was the feeling. Like, yeah, dude, every day would be like 2%, now 3%. I'm like, nice, dude. It's just like this relief. Isn't it nice to know there's an end? You know, like, you ever read a book that you're enjoying and you stop and then you see how many pages are left and you're like, I can do this. No? All right. Even when I enjoy reading, I like to know how many pages are left because I'm like, all right, we can get through that. That's what the asteroid did for me. They're like 7 years. And I'm like, yeah. I don't think past 7 years. I think 5 years. Like my wife, she plans. She's like, what's your 5-year plan? I'm like, what? I only plan out as far as I have shows on the calendar. And then, I don't know, I might have to get a job. I don't. It's nice to know there's an asteroid coming, you know? Like, man, I got to finish The Yard, you know? There's only 7 years to enjoy The Yard. I'm trying. I don't know. But it's been fun. We've been having fun. My wife and I have been traveling, which I never did growing up because we grew up poor. You grow up poor, you don't travel. You might see a theme park once. Like, I grew up in Southern California. Like, we're going to Disneyland again, you know? And they're like, are you going? I'm like, yeah, we went. And that was it. Like, it wasn't, like, with my mother, it wasn't even, it wasn't that she would get mad for me bringing it up. I just knew that's where you put that. Hell yeah, it's all right. That's fine. See, the tables are too snug. If they would move them up a little bit, that guy would have had room to slip out, but they're all just crammed so far away. You guys, that's why no glasses are breaking here, because you guys shimmied up to the front. I'm telling you, whoever designed this room is laughing somewhere. Can't believe the check cleared, you know? Not because they don't have money. I just meant because of the design that he left. All right. I saw one person's face, and I'm like, oh, they didn't get the joke. I have to explain, but yeah. Yeah, we've been traveling, and like growing up, I would never ask my mom, like, hey, can we go to Disneyland again? She would just be like, why? We did it. You remember? We have pictures. We had pictures printed at the CVS. Here are the photos. There you are at Disneyland. And it's like, you don't need to go see it again. But now, you know, and then you get, they're like, you got to travel in your 20s. I didn't have any money in my 20s. We didn't travel anywhere. And then now I'm in my later 30s, and now we got some money, so I'm like, let's go. But it's kind of too late. You know, like, I don't have the excitement. It's not that great. I don't. Like, before we go on a trip, we watch, like, YouTube videos on what to prepare for, and then we get there, and I'm like, man, those videos were clear. It's not even better. It's better at home on the YouTube, because then when you're done, you're at home. When we were done with Germany, we were still in Germany. And I'm like, man, this is a long-ass flight home. You gotta go through customs. I could have just bought it. Learned a lot. Had to, it's educational. We were in Germany, so we went. We checked out some of the Nazi museums. That's important when you go. I feel like it's wrong to go and not do some of that. You're like, you should do that. That's important. And so we went. We went to like an administration building that the Nazis used in Cologne, and then that's now a museum. And we went and like we were listening to all the history and stuff. And then they said that, like, in the 30s, the Nazis took over this building. They signed a lease, and then they rented the building. And I was just, I couldn't. That's not what I thought they did. I didn't think they signed leases. I thought they just came in and they're like, this is ours now, and guns and kicking and stuff. And no, and then so I was just telling my wife, I'm like, can you believe that they signed? Like they came in with references and uns building for rent? Like it's and then the landlord's like, you guys seem like a couple good chaps. I think I'm gonna rent you the building, And I just couldn't get beyond it. And I kept bringing it up. My wife's like, you're missing a lot of the tour. You gotta get over the fact that they rented this building. And I'm like, it's just I don't know. It's such a small part that I'm like, how? They're so, I don't know.
Hello, this is Zoltan Kaszas, and the year is 2025. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that mind-blowing? If you were just sent in from the past to the future, and this is how you're finding out the year, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. What the hell am I talking about? The point of this is I am on tour all year. It's what I do. A bunch of cities. I'm very excited to hit them all. If you'd like to see if I'm coming to a town near you, go to my website, zoltancomedy.com. There also might be a link in this video, maybe right over my eyes. I don't know what the editor is going to do with this. It could be in the description, what have you. But if it's not, zoltancomedy.com. Hit the shows tab, go down the list of shows, see if I'm coming to a town near you, and come see me so I can continue being a comedian, and I don't have to go get a job where I'm a horrible employee. I've been told many times by numerous bosses. So please.
All right. Thank you. One more time for all the comics you've seen tonight. Make it a little loud for them. Yeah. So beautiful. Look at this. Right here, St. Louis. All right. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to call you that, but I already said it. Thanks so much for coming out to the mall. Look at us. Isn't this fancy? This is why I argue with people that are like, comedy's an art. And I'm like, it's at the mall a lot. I don't know if that's where art goes, And we're downstairs, so that made it cool, Came in upstairs and like, no, the artsy stuff happens down there. Yeah, up here it smells like farts, but down there, it's gonna smell better. I'm glad I'm not the only one that smelled that. Good Lord. What was that? There's like a good 30 seconds where I'm like, is that me? Like, what did I do? That wasn't me. Had some ice cream earlier, but that shouldn't be causing all this. This is more broccoli induced if my nose is on par. I like it. This half was definitely here when I walked in. This half, listen you guys, at a certain time it smelled like broccoli farts up there. And everyone had to walk in and talk to people like they weren't smelling it. I had to walk in and go, I'm the comedian. And that's not me. I don't know what that is, but that's not me. That's not what I'm bringing to the table. That's very nice. I'm looking forward to one time I'm going to do a weekend out here in St. Louis, and I'll get to explore your town some. But I don't get to. The couple times I've been, it's been one-nighters, so I just know the drive. I just know that I come up from that way, and then I see the arch, and I'm like, that's it. And then I drive past that, and I'm like, all right, that was it. All right. And then I got to know more stuff about it. I don't know enough about St. Louis. I know you guys got baseball teams historically very good. Historic, right? They had all the championships written on the stadium. You guys laugh like, no. Listen, I don't know how they're doing now, but they look like they did some stuff throughout history. I don't know if you guys are that's the kind of sports fan I am. Like, I just want to see them win once, and I'm good forever. I know that's not a popular sports fan take, but like, when I moved from Hungary, we lived in Pittsburgh for the first few years, so I became a Steelers fan. Sorry if that angers anybody. That's where we live. And I always wanted to see the Steelers win a Super Bowl. And then in 06, they won one. And I'm like, ah, all right. And then a couple years later, they won again. And I'm like, okay. And I'm cool if they never win a single game ever again for the rest of my life. I already had the joy. Like, do you ever think sports fans are being greedy? We're like, every year we have to be number one. And you're like, are you even enjoying the ones you won then? Is that even what you're... I can tell you guys don't agree. I can feel it. I understand that I have a really weird, dumb take on sports, but I'm like, you did it. Yeah, but what have you done for me lately? That's not how I treat things I love. All right? Like, things I love, they're allowed to make something good, and then they're allowed to make, oh, that's a good effort. I see what you were doing there. Like, I'm a fan, dude. When I like a band or something, I'm into, like, if they have a great album, yeah. And if their next one gets weird and experimental, I'm like, okay, yeah. That's what you were feeling in the moment. I'm with you. Like, I love Metallica, okay? I'm a big Metallica fan. And yes, they sound very different from the 80s than they do now, but that's fine. If you want that stuff, go put it on. That's what I don't like. Like, no, I want them to sound like it's 83. They were 18. Now they're 60-year-old millionaires. What do you want them to... How much can they sing about death? Like, their life is amazing. I can still feel it. Some of you agree with me, like, no, just give me the things I like. Win championships and make master of puppets. I don't know. We were talking about music in the back. That's why it's on my head. I like music. I can't do it, but I like it. Oh, but anyway, it's been a fun trip. I came in today. I've only been in town for a few hours, and I was in Evansville the night before. I was doing a show, corporate event. I was doing comedy for a company, and it was bad. It didn't go good. There's just a lot of employees, and there were nice audiences, but it was like a work function. You know, I remember having a job where they'd be like, hey, come, it's not mandatory, but... And, you know what I mean? Like, it's not mandatory, but we are going to take attendance. And I don't even know that they did that. And everyone was super friendly, but it was like, 300 people, but they picked a 1,500-seat theater to put it in. And so it just felt like I was auditioning for something. It just felt like I was auditioning for like a high school play, and we were all going to take turns to read a little of Othello and see who gets to play Othello. I just let you know that I don't know who's in Othello. And your response let me know you don't either. So that was good. I could have just played it off, and you could have been like, oh, I think he might be smart. I don't know. No, I read the headlines, not the articles. That's what I do. But yeah, I was in Evansville, and then I spent 2 days in Louisville leading up to that, which was great. That town, it's just a giant advertisement for bourbon. That's all it is. It's like the hotel was here and the club was there, and in my short walk was just like, come on in, have some bourbon. We have 108 bourbons. And you're like, that's too many bourbons. Like, why? I'm not used to that. I'm used to bars that are like, hey, would you like a cold beer? Come on in. Have a cold beer. Why don't you watch the game? Hang out with a friend. And over there, they're like, "Hey, do you want to cry in front of strangers? Is that what you'd like to do?" I don't know what you do with a couple bourbons, but that's what I do. I get pretty emotional. And I'm not even sad. I'm just thankful. Like, that's what hard liquor does to me now. I don't know if that's an age thing. I don't know what it is, but I get a couple of whiskeys in me, and I'm like, oh, I do have great friends. And then my eyes start to well up, and I'm thankful for all of them. Oh, and my wife, she puts up with me. Oh, my mother, my sweet mother. And then once I start welling up about the cats, I'm like, let's reel it in. All right. Like, it's not wrong to love your cats that much, but we are in public. People are watching. Someone comes up, what are you going through? Miso. You're like, who? Oh, it's my cat. That's a nice hat. Is that your hat? That's a stylish hat. I like that. Sorry, that caught my attention. Everyone's got a look to them. I love it. You guys are dressed well. Like, yeah, very nice. Love the hat. Love the cardigan all the way through. Very cool. You look like you manage something. I like the whole. You look like you're in charge of something, right? Well, do you own a company? What do you do? You're retired. Yeah, you look like you're running that. You know? What's on the schedule today? Nothing. That's what we're doing. No one's changing that schedule, buddy. What'd you do before you retired? You worked at a bank. Did you run it? No? All right. I'm misreading it. You look like you were over there like, yeah, this is my bank. I like it. I don't know. I've always had a good time at the bank. For the most part, right? I've always had a good time at the bank. Banks are different by neighborhood, I've noticed that. Like in my neighborhood, there was a guy screaming because he thought he lost something. And he's like, no! God, no! And he was just banging on the glass, and I'm like, oh, all right. Like, I was just there to get a new debit card. I lost my debit card, and I'm like, I think that guy's not paying rent this month. And then he found it, and then he's like, I'm sorry for losing it. And you're like, well, we're all upset, you know? We're all upset. The fake living room with the TV without a remote. Why would you do that? That's every bank. I sit down at the bank, and there's a bunch of nice couches and a TV, and you're like, where's the remote, dude? No one wants to watch this ad for Bank of America. So yeah. Anyway, it was nice in Louisville. It's been a nice trip all along. It's been very nice. Out there, I was with my buddy Josh. He's a little older than me, but he's my most immature friend. I hope everyone's lucky enough to have someone older than you that is more immature than you will ever be in your entire life. He's 43 going on 22. That's who he is. Just he travels with a duffel bag. Like, we flew out together, and he came with a duffel bag. And they've been putting wheels on luggage for like 30 years, all right? This is not a new invention. They've been slapping wheels on there for a long time, and he's just at the airport with a duffel bag. And we'd walk, and then we'd stop, and he'd just drop it. And I'm like, what are you doing with a duffel bag? He's like, what do you mean? It's my luggage. And I'm like, get wheels, dude. And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, get it, because he travels a lot for comedy, and you look like a professional traveler if you have wheels, a duffel bag. That just looks like you're being sent to live with your dad, you know? And you're like, oh, I gotta get over there. And that doesn't look like a round trip flight with a duffel bag. You're like, oh, he's not allowed to come back till he's better. Like, that's definitely a one-way trip. Like, one time I got bullied into buying all this protein powder at like a GNC. You ever go into like a GNC where they got all that stuff? This is when I was young. I was 18, and my buddy Dane came back from the gym, and he's got like 2 big grocery bags full of like protein powder and amino acids, a bunch of like fitness crap. And I was like, what the hell's all that? I thought you went to the gym. He's like, yeah. And then afterwards I went in to the GNC, and there's this jacked guy working there, and he like worked out this whole plan for me, and then I left with $156 worth of protein powder and supplements, and I'm like, cool, man. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I didn't want to buy any of this stuff. He was just like really intimidating, you know? And I was like, whoa, that sucks, dude. And then the more he thought about it, he's like, yeah, man, that guy really like bullied me. I didn't want to buy all this. He's like, I'm gonna go return it. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, he's like, you want to come with me? And I was like, why? And he's like, he's intimidating. Can you just back me up? And I don't know if you can tell how big I am from where you're sitting, but my buddy Dane is 6'4". He's a big guy, and I'm like, I'm the backup, dude. And so I went with him just for moral support. He's my best buddy. I'm gonna go, and we went in there, and that guy was huge. He was like, not like ripped huge, but like the kind of huge where they throw stuff. You know, like sometimes you turn on the TV and you're like, that's the strongest man in the world. And he's like, he's kind of flabby, but all right. Like, he might be. And he just had like no neck, and he's just over there. And Dane's like, hey man, I came to return this. And he's like, what? You're returning this? And he's like, I spent 30 minutes here writing out this plan for you, and then you're gonna come back and return it? And he's like, yeah, I don't want it, and yeah, I feel like he bullied me into it, and I don't want it. And he's like, that's ridiculous. He just kept harping on him that he spent so much time putting this plan together. And then he goes, you know another thing I don't like? He's like, I also don't like your buddy eyeballing me in the back right there. And I'm like, who's eyeballing? I'm not eyeballing. And then he goes, what are your fitness goals? And I'm like, what? And then he started talking to me. I ended up buying my buddy's protein. So he gave a return on his card, and then he's running my card. And I'm looking at Dan, he's like, thanks, man. And I'm like, and then I went back with it. And I ended up choking down those amino acid pills. Maybe they work, but they didn't do anything for me. I'll tell you that. Anyway, that was a weird story, but it came up. I'm glad you went along with that. I appreciate that. I got a few more stories left to tell you, but the first thing, I didn't even say thank you yet. Thank you so much for helping me pack out this room on a Sunday. It means a lot. Thank you. It's a great feeling to sell the place out, especially when there's like a football game going on. And I was like, oh no. And then I was like, good, they all bought it before they knew. You know. Yeah, is it close? It just started.
No, I meant like the purchase decision.
Oh, the purchase decision. All right. I like it. Some people didn't come. Like, because the show's sold out, but there are some empty seats, which is, that's also what I like. That's why I like my audience. Like all of my audience, I feel, is, like, close to me. Like, you're like me in the sense that you're either around my age or just a little bit above. Like, there's not too many, like, people in their early 20s coming to see me. And I really like that. Like, I have some comedian friends that all their fans are like, 22! And I'm like, that would be horrible. Because those people like expect the night of their lives. They're like, we're gonna have the night of our lives, and people my age and up are like, we're going, all right, like, and that's what I want. I want some people that are like, this will be fine, you know. I want some, like, I know at least a good portion of this audience an hour before the show, you guys, one of you at home is like, we could stay in. Like, we don't have to go, you know? That's why I always want to keep my ticket prices at this level. Because that's enough money to where you're like, well, we could just stay in. We don't have to go. Like, that's something new that's happening. Like, I'm doing a couple bigger venues in Seattle, like Pacific Northwest, and some of those are being sold by Ticketmaster, and so I can go on the website and look at the seat map and see how many tickets have sold. And some people are like scalping the tickets, like they're doing the resale thing, and like the tickets are like 35 or 55, like, but they're selling them for like 200 or something. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I just hope no one buys them. That's what I hope. And then we can move people up and sit in there. Because, like, that's not fun for me. Because, like, I look at an audience of people that paid, like, 30 or 50 bucks, and they're like, we're going to have a good time. But, like, someone that's, like, 200 bucks in, they're like, this better be good. Like, that's... And I'm going to be able to tell, you know? I'm going to be able to tell on their faces, this guy, this better be good. And I'm like, I don't want that kind of pressure on me. I like skippable activities. That's what I like. That's how I live my life. My wife and I skip a lot of stuff. We went to Amsterdam for her birthday, and we were there like 4 days, and we had a canal tour scheduled for the third day, and we really should have done it the first day, because we had walked around. We'd seen the canals, and... So the third day comes around, and Emma's like, what time's that canal tour? And I'm like, at 5, and she's like, how long is it, like an hour? And I'm like, 90 minutes. And she's like, how much were those tickets? And I told her, and she's like, let's skip it. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, I love skipping stuff. Like, that's my favorite thing.
Hello, this is Zoltan Kaszas, and the year is 2025. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that mind-blowing? If you were just sent in from the past to the future, and this is how you're finding out the year, I'm sorry to be the Behringer of bad news. What the hell am I talking about? The point of this is I am on tour all year. It's what I do. A bunch of cities. I'm very excited to hit them all. If you'd like to see if I'm coming to a town near you, go to my website, zoltancomedy.com. There also might be a link in this video, maybe right over my eyes. I don't know what the editor is going to do with this. It could be in the description, what have you. But if it's not, zoltancomedy.com. Hit the shows tab, go down the list of shows, see if I'm coming to a town near you, and come see me so I can continue being a comedian and I don't have to go get a job where I'm a horrible employee. I've been told many times by numerous bosses. So please come out and see me and keep the dream alive.
Next see him on Joy Bar Comedy. I want you to go absolutely crazy. Please welcome Zoltan Kaszas.
What is up, everybody? Yeah! I stood up. Thank you. That was so respectful. I felt like an ex-president right there. That gentleman stood up and clapped for me. Oh man, I'm kind of nervous now. Like I don't want to let that guy down now. Good Lord. Thank you, everybody. One more time for Jeremiah and Bob. Make it loud for them. So nice to be here. This is my first time here in Eugene. I've missed Eugene, Oregon on all my trips, and I'm glad it worked out. I've done Albany, Oregon. I've done that. That is how the show went. I've done that one. I was at a bowling alley, and I stayed at the Phoenix Inn next to the adult shop right off the freeway. Oh, exactly, yeah. That hotel came with the gig. In case you're wondering, like, why'd you pick that one? That's the one we wanted to pick, yeah. And they gave us free drinks and said, drive on back. Don't worry, it's not like the state troopers station is right next to that hotel. But yeah, that was the first time I was like, that had to be 15 years ago. That was so long ago. That was back when you could have hired me for a bowl of soup. And I was just trying to be a comedian, and somehow I got this booking at a bowling alley in Albany, Oregon. I think I paid $400, and I'm like, yeah. And I got a buddy of mine. I was like, come with me. He's like, I'm coming. And he opened for me. I think they paid me $400, and that was for me and him. That was the entire show and one room that we shared at the Phoenix Inn. And we drove in a Honda Civic from San Diego, California, all the way up to Albany, Oregon. That was, once you pass, like, San Francisco, it starts getting all just, it was like moments where a buddy of mine is asleep, and then you're tired, and then you just see a semi-truck kind of weave, and you're like, oh my God, and then I'd weave, and then he wakes up, like, oh, what happened? I'm like, nothing, man. I didn't want to tell him, you almost died, I didn't want to tell him that. And then I had those moments on that side. But yeah, that show didn't go well. I remember that. It was just a bar in a bowling alley. No stage. It was just a corner. And they had one amp and a microphone. And the bartender was in charge. Have you been to this show? You're from you know this bowling alley. So you know I'm not making any of this up. So we show up, it's just a mic with a mic stand and one amp. And the bartender goes, you start the show there. And then my buddy had to start the show. Before we showed up, he's like, hey man, I brought a knife. And I was like, what'd you bring a knife for? He's like, just in case things get out of hand, I brought a knife. And I'm like, okay, that's good. That's probably a good idea. I was a young guy. I was like maybe 21. I don't know anything. And I was like, yeah, a knife's probably a good idea. And this guy was a 30-year-old alcoholic. So I'm like, I'm in good hands, you know? And I remember he did well, and then it was my set. I was headlining the bowling alley, and I had to go up there, and I immediately offended people because I said, I was like, well, we drove up, and it was a bunch of farmland. Your cows are looking a little thin, and that's all I said. I was like, kind of some methy-looking cows out there. You notice how that got a laugh? That's kind of a funny thing to say. Who calls cows methy, right? Like, I was like, that's a fun little thing to throw out there. And I just remember a guy in overalls going, your cows in California are full of steroids. Like, he was angry. And then the crowd started to turn on me. And by turn on me, they were never on my side. I just mean like it was more not on my side. And then I didn't know what to do, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, my buddy Joe has a knife in the back. In case any of you country bumpkins decide to get upset. And then my buddy Joe was like, what are you saying that I did? So now everyone's eyeballing him, and I honestly don't remember the rest of the set, but they didn't kill us. So it must have gone all right. Do they still do comedy at that bowling alley? All right. I'm actually happy to hear that. I am happy to hear that. Maybe my show was the last one. They're like, we don't need to do this to the good people of Albany. They don't need this. And then I got a speeding ticket on the way back. And that cost more than $400. So immediately lost any kind of money. I don't even know what the profits would have been with gas and food and driving up from San Diego, but whatever those profits were, they were dashed. And I remember my buddy tried to warn me. He's like, hey man, I've been through Oregon, and their speed limit is 65, and they drive it. And I was like, all right. And then I'm on the freeway, and everyone drives it. You guys do follow the speed limit. But we had just had a bad show at a bowling alley. I just wanted to get home. We had like a 17-hour drive or whatever to get back home, and I'm like, I stomped that. And as soon as I got it up to 80, it was like a windy little thing, and there was a cop, and we made eye contact. And I was like, no! And he pulled me over. I didn't even have an argument. He came by, you guys had the troopers with the hat, with the belt on the back. That's impressive to hold a hat on. And you're like, no, I just need a belt over my, just my head fat right back there. Just strap it onto my head gut, and that'll keep it in. And he came by and he goes, do you have any idea why I pulled you over? I'm like, I was going fast. And he's like, why are you going so fast? I'm like, I just bombed at a bowling alley. I was just trying to get the hell out of the state. That's all I was trying to do. I'm glad we get another swing at it. This is already... I like Eugene. Eugene's way better than me. No offense. I mean no knock on anyone who lives there. It's nice down here. I like it. Because, like, the further south you go, is this, like, the last city in Oregon before it just becomes Medford? Like, is that... Right? Because I've also worked Medford a lot, and... You know, Medford's the only town that I've told them, I'm like, hey, your town it's kind of a butt town here, right? And they were like, what are you talking about? Like, usually when you travel, like even in Albany, I was like, hey, you guys kind of have a little town here, don't you? And they're like, yeah. Like, they understood who they were, you know? They understood where we were. They understood what was going on. But in Medford, it was like, what? How dare you? We vacation in Medford. How dare you? And they're like, no, you're talking about Grants Pass. Grants Pass is a bunch of hillbillies, not us here in Medford. And I had to let them know, I'm like, no, both of you. Both of you, you don't get to make that distinction. Both of you. Both of you. But yeah, I like it. We drove down from Portland today. That was a fun little drive. It's like you guys are the only ones that still have like hitchhikers. That's awesome. This is like the only place in the country where you drive on the interstate and there's just a guy, just like a hermit with a giant backpack, just walking down the interstate, and you're like, yeah, we're not near anything. Like, you're far between exits. You're like, where's the plan? I'm not going to pull over and ask, but that's there. And you're like, wow, this is like out of a Jack Kerouac novel or something. It looks less sexy when you see it in person. In the novels, it looks so beautiful and whimsical, and you're like, I'm riding the rails, and you're like, that guy's walking in the rain. That looks less adventurous. But... One more time for Jeremiah, everybody.
was awesome. I told him, I'm like, man, it's a hot crowd. And he's like, no, it's me. I was like, that's a good line. You had one in the chamber ready to roll, man. So good to be here. Thank you guys for coming out on a Sunday. We're here, Eugene. It's beautiful, man. It's my first time here, and I don't know what's going on, but I like it. All right, I got to learn a little bit about Oregon because we started in Portland, and I've been through Oregon plenty of times, and I pretty much learned that like this is the last town you can go to before it just becomes Medford for the rest of it's the last one. And I've done many a shows in Medford, and oh boy, and I liked it. They were just the only town that I've ever performed in. When I told them, like, oh yeah, it's kind of sucks here, right? And they were like, what? Like, because like that's like a comedian thing. You travel around, and sometimes you're in big cities, sometimes small ones, sometimes little butt towns, and you're like, yeah, it's a little butt town out here, isn't it? And they're like, no, this is where we come to vacation. And I'm like, and they'd be like, you're thinking of Grants Pass, and I'm like, no, you both suck. It's both of you. Like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, they still do shows at Chadwick's Pub at the Rogue River Regency in Medford. Yeah, if you're ever there, get a room there. I've seen the police there a lot. It was always a fun gig, but yeah, I remember the one time I went and I was like, I wanted to do something fun and educational. Like I like to go to museums and stuff, and they had a tour in Grants Pass for like to see the river, the Rogue River, on a speedboat, like on a jet boat kind of thing. And on the website, they're like, come take a tour of the historic Rogue River on a jet boat, and it made it look educational. I was like, hell yeah, we just showed up. It's not. It's just like a muscle car on the water, and there's a guy with a headset, and he's mainly talking about the engine. That's what he's... We got a double carburetor, 8-cylinder. Like, sometimes he would talk about stuff, but he's like, oh, we're going to open up all the cylinders now. And he would point out educational stuff here and there, but it would be mostly about him doing donuts. That he would yell shake and bake, and then that meant he was going to do a donut, and we're all going to get wet. And so it was bizarre. He'd just be going like, hey, oh, you see there's a bald eagle right there. Everyone get your cameras out. Just get a picture of that bald eagle. Everyone get that picture? Yeah? Shake and bake! And then we'd go a little bit down further and be like, oh, you see that bridge right there? That was built in like 1852. Lewis and Clark walked over it or something. I don't know. And get a good picture of that. That's a good bridge right there. All right, ready? Shake and bake! Do another one. And then I remember it got sad. There was a moment where a little girl started crying in the front of the boat, and he was like, what's wrong? What happened up there? And someone's like, she got stung by a bee. And you're like, oh no, don't worry, I got an ice pack. And he just passed up like a bottle. It was just a can of Bud Light that he had in a cooler. And he's holding an ice pack. And I'm just watching this can of Bud Light go to the front of the boat, and they just held it on this little girl's arm for her bee sting, and it was all somber on the boat. And after a few minutes, he's like, how's she doing up there? And then there was a thumbs up from some guy in the front that she's doing better. He's like, all right, shake and bake! One more. And so yeah, I like all of Oregon, but there's all these, there's all these different parts. I'm still trying to get the vibe of Eugene. This is where Nike started, right? Nike? All right. Is that okay? I like it. I brought it up, and you guys were like, we don't talk about that. All right. You guys are like, I didn't know he was going to make it political. I don't even know if Nike's political, but you never know these days. I like Nikes. I wear those. Thank you. You guys are so jazzed for a Sunday. This is so interesting because we did this is the Late Show, by the way. I do, the Late Show started at 6:30 or 40. We did, and then we sold it out, and so that we added a 3. They're like, you want to add a 3 o'clock? And I was like, is that legal? And they're like, yeah, we can add a 3. People showed up, like people like canceled their naps and canceled their afternoon naps, and they're like, let's go. You just pointed at 2 nappers. I love that. Like, I was gonna take a nap, but I knew that I wouldn't wake up in time. I love people that come to see me because that's like I was in Portland on Friday and we did 2 shows there, and the late one started at 9:45, and so it was very late. And I know my people, and I told them, I was like, next time I come back, this 9:45 show we'll do it like 4 p.m. And the entire it was a theater. Like I just yelled charge at January 6th. There's a guy dressed like a yak, and I'm like, where the hell did that guy come from? That's what my people, we'll charge for a 4 o'clock show. Like, let's do it early, man.
Hello, this is Zoltan Kaszas, and the year is 2025. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that mind-blowing? If you were just sent in from the past to the future, and this is how you're finding out the year, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. What the hell am I talking about? The point of this is I am on tour all year. It's what I do. A bunch of cities. I'm very excited to hit them all. If you'd like to see if I'm coming to a town near you, go to my website, zoltancomedy.com. There also might be a link in this video, maybe right over my eyes. I don't know what the editor is going to do with this. It could be in the description, what have you. But if it's not, zoltancomedy.com. Hit the shows tab, go down the list of shows, see if I'm coming to a town near you, and come see me so I can continue being a comedian and I don't have to go get a job where I'm a horrible employee. I've been told many times by numerous bosses. So please come out and see me and keep the dream alive.
Glad to be here. I like it. 8 o'clock show. Perfect. I'll be in bed by 11. I love it. That's who I am now. New year, this is me. I go to bed early. I can't stay awake. I try. I get into bed, I put on a Netflix documentary, and then I don't learn anything because I fall asleep. Anyone else? Like, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good, but I put on the documentary, and then the next day I'm like, I don't know. Like, I watched the Aaron Hernandez one. I don't know if you guys watched that. I watched that, and then I fell asleep during it, so the next day I'm talking to someone, I'm like, yeah, man, I can't believe he was gay. And they're like, yeah, he was also a murderer. I was like, oh, I missed that altogether. He killed people? Oh. Holy guacamole. I missed that. That's who I am now. Saturday night, I love Saturday. It's drinking night. Yeah. I love craft beers. Anyone else craft beer fans? Love them. I like drinking them at home, though. That's the thing. I don't like drinking them at the brewery. Because they never just give you the beer and leave you alone. They always feel the need to tell you the whole story of the brewery. And you're like, oh, I didn't mean to give you the idea that I cared. I'm so sorry. I don't care how you got the loan for this place. Just here to have a beer, you know? And they always make me feel dumb, like I never taste what I'm supposed to taste in the beer. They're like, do you taste the pine needles in there? No, I guess my tongue is stupid. I don't taste any of that. Do you taste a hint of maple syrup? Do you taste a hint of maple syrup? You know what happened? The brewer was making pancakes that morning, and a little bit of the syrup on his fingers. Some of it dabbled into the batch. Some people taste a hint of maple syrup. Do you taste a hint of maple syrup? Hard no. I don't taste any of that. I just drink this because it tastes better than Bud Light and gets me drunk faster. That's all we're doing here. But they don't leave you alone. Some guy will come back. These are our hops. Smell our hops. They're grown in the Appalachian Mountains, and they're tended to by a hermit with an inverted penis. And he puts the hops on his back, and he brings them down the mountain. Now he's got spina bifida. He leans to the left. We call him Lefty. He's a hoot. I do not care. I'm on a date, drop off the beers, walk away. I also like drinking red wine. Got into red wine. Yeah, I love it. Red wine is the liquid version of weed. That's what it is. It's nice. It just gives you that, like, yeah. Whiskey makes you want to fight somebody. Wine won't give you the energy to hug somebody. It's perfect. I love it. Something about red wine, I just dig it. You get a couple bottles. I feel like I'm being classy. You get 2 bottles of wine in me, I'll tell you, like, oh, let me tell you what's happening in Israel. Like, I feel like I know world politics for some reason. I think it's because I feel classy. I'm drinking red wine. I'm feeling classy until I go to the bathroom and look in the mirror. And I'm all purple mouth in there. I've been talking to people for 2 hours like this. I look like I just ate a Muppet. Are you serious? My favorite part of wine drinking, though, is the snacks. They bring out the little meat and cheese board, the charcuterie board, as it's called. They bring that out, the little meats and cheeses. You think you're being classy. Ooh, is that a brie? Ah! So you step back and look at it, you realize you just overpaid for a Lunchables. That's all this is. Dude, you just spent $52 on a child's lunch? I think we did. You guys are fun. I want to leave you with some positivity. We're getting the show off starting right. Absolutely. Positivity. I grew up without a dad. Anybody else? Yeah, thank you. That's a weird thing to cheer, but some people did it. I appreciate it. I grew up with one of those super moms. Like, I didn't even notice I grew up in a household without a dad until I spent the night at a friend's house who had a dad. And I was like, who the hell is that guy? Why is he walking around like he owns the place? Who the hell is this guy? And in the morning, he'd leave for work, and all my friends were like, bye, Dad. I'm like, dude, he ain't coming back, but whatever. All right, that's been my time. I've been Zoltan Kaszas. Thank you very much.